I have just one thing, and I'm going to right when Webshell turns to human form. I'm probably going to give her the biggest display of human emotion we
Oh.
had the chance to see, because I'm going to step right to her and not in an angry fashion, but kind of, venting out all the tension of the scene. I'm going to tell her, look at her in the eye and say, we are not going to last long if you react this way every time we see a human, since we are going in the midst of them.
And that's a good point. I want to ask if you are, just because my mind is racing right now, do you accompany this statement with giving her clothes?
Probably yes. Yes, I think it makes sense for the scene. I will take
Sort
care
of
of.
suddenly fit my head right there. So yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have this. It's very kind of intimate in a friendly sense.
Right.
I'm kind of making a step to say we are in this together.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So complex
Okay,
interaction.
I'm just
I like that. Go ahead. Yeah.
sorry. I'm just going to give you that look. Should I too?
I have given up on you. So.
Well, then.
Yeah, that's
Fine.
with our clothes, and Barth just doesn't understand that what this place is. So she's putting our clothes, and she nods to him. But yeah.
So now we are all quite terrified of what you can do, shaking the earth and stuff like that.
You have no idea how terrified I am about that earthquake. Believe me.
Well, we got in an interesting place right now, and
Yeah.
I really like how explosive anything Sam does is. It's kind of very quiet, and then whenever it does something, it's huge.
Oh, come on. That man is really not. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, it's. I'm always kind of worried. I'm like, okay, I'm going to be the hyper one, and then I say, okay, don't worry, I'm going to be beaten in a moment.
I never get to be a player. I always am running games, so it's like so.
Okay.
I have a similar fate.
To be a player.
Yes.
Like I don't. I feel like I don't. I can't think of. I feel like I just want to throw my character right into the flames, like half.
And this was a potentially dangerous situation because since you run games and know this is the kind of case where you are thinking you have three people who want kind of three different things, and they may start simply fighting each other and try to stop each other from getting what they want. And it's nice that it didn't happen because in my youth, the rest of the group will feel obliged to stop you because we don't attack the nice NPCs. There is the innocent princess. There is the naive guy. These guys and I was trying to stop this, but in my mind I was like, okay, spit at him, because this is going to be so much fun if we just go there, and and so it was great in that. Yes.
I have to say, the moment he stepped out of that compound, I would have been after him too.
Mm-hmm.
Without any doubt. I mean, he was so provoking. Whatever he said, it was, I'm sorry, but...
Ron
has
been really good at this because...
Oh, yes.
There is one you want to kill and the other is super nice. And whenever the other says something nice, and still, I think she is the most dangerous of the two in many ways. But she's like, okay, she's going to do something that wants you to stop. And then he goes and...
Yeah, so good. I just think it's great also how this dude, he is just a kid, and he's like, he hasn't really done anything wrong. Like he doesn't need to be doing what he's doing, but he represents this empire kind of slowly taking more and more from it's so perfect. What a great situation.
I mean, wait for the moment when Isasha finds out he's a kid. That was a kid voicing up to her.
Yeah, and he's completely oblivious to the hurt, the what he represents, what is even his arrogance in doing stuff, and that doesn't make him, in your eyes, any less innocent. And if they died, it would have been, it would have been a good outcome. Also, I don't think it would have been a worse outcome in any way.
I totally agree.
We would have dwelled on it, probably. It would have changed our intergroup relationships.
Yeah.
Yes.
And but it could have worked as a starting point for the relationship too. So yeah.
I love the whole thing.
Yeah.
I can say I've played other characters that wouldn't have been calm in that situation.
No. I don't get to be the player much. I'm usually like Sam. I'm
in a really luxurious place.
Yeah, so it's this sort of, but when I do, I always start out saying I'm the most, even if I decided that I'm going to play a very unreasonable, brutish guy, I always end up being, the nice one, kind of. I mean, one of the last games I've played, like 4 or 5 years ago, I was playing Dungeons and Dragons 4th edition, and I was a revenant. I was a guy who was stabbed, killed, and hanged, and came back from the dead for revenge. And what I did in actual play was taking this group of people who were just rolled kids. They were all teenagers, and I was absolutely babysitting them because they would just get in trouble with anything. I mean, we would get in town, they will start fighting with the guards, with the local politics, anything. And so my revenge plot went out of the window at the second session, and I was just babysitting these people, and I got killed. The game kind of ended shortly after, because I was trying to keep them alive and together, and I couldn't save them from all the enemies they had made. So it was great in a way, but it's always like that, It's. And it's fun in this situation because I think my character is looking at Itasha, especially. I mean, he's friendly with Vepselk, but they've been together. They have start of a budding relationship. It's and he's looking at Itasha as the wise one, and this situation reinforces that because
wise I am not
wise, but you have. Culturally, you have power.
Yeah, so you have authority. Yeah, totally.
You have some sort of authority, and this play was very powerful in that sense. I mean, I can see the scene and say, okay, she diffused it perfectly.
And it's important because it's not authority that is gained from like her doing something violent and taking that authority. It's authority because she like has a much deeper understanding of like the situation and the place we're in.
Yeah, so also because the dialogue reacted to her. I mean, so it was like kind of, Lord of the Rings movie Galadriel moment. So it's like, okay, we are going to listen.
Okay, tell you what about her. She's basically scared out of her mind because all of this is far bigger than anything she thinks she can handle.
We just see her go around, and
she basically has been. I mean, she's basically been protected, and I mean, she isn't even a shaman. She is kind of lying.
But what we see,
we see
you go around and summon spirit and have elementals go and rocks shaking at you. So it's, from my point of view, you have all the authority.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, but the point is, given the fact that I still was an adept and never will be more, so she's basically still learning to kind of control these powers, even under normal circumstances.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Mm.
And she is very, very conscious of the fact how scary they are. I mean, she basically can scare herself.
Mm.
That's part because why she's into healing and gardening.
Yeah.
Tell me now what you want to do.
I want to build a fire. I want to build a camp. I want to make sure that everybody. I mean, I don't want to move from this place because Vasalk is badly hurt. I don't think we can make it through the lines of those hyenas during the night, not during this one.
But we have an archer. We can shoot off the hyenas.
That archer has an hurt arm.
Yes.
A broken one, you know
And
what?
no bow. I gotta make a bow.
And she's not gonna make a bow with that arm either. Let's keep it somewhat realistic.
Do you want to look at the spirit touch ability?
Yes, I would like to, if I get the time to. But right now, I'm kind of considered to get this everybody settled, actually.
I think that
and probably going to put some healing into. Let's try this new powers.
That's what I thought.
Let's get some life points into Vastark.
Oh, yes.
I'm not going to touch the arm before it's set.
Right.
Properly, but I.
Right.
So.
Well, let's take a look at that in just a moment.
Yeah.
No, I really.
So my plan is trying that spirit touch, unless.
Right.
Well, maybe anyway. Mm-hmm. We'll see.
So, do you want to roll?
Let's keep it cheap. No. I try him. I mean, how badly hurt are you?
Let me see.
Well,
sorry,
there's two things. One is the amount of life points gone, which I think is 26, and she was already wounded from before, from the poisons, and then you also have the effect of the failed first aid roll, and so
and it said
what does that say specifically? Because I think that's probably the more important detail at the moment.
Yeah, it says a failed roll means you set a bone wrong. You will need to re-break the bone in order to set it straight. And then it says, for a broken bone, you need to make a check only one time to see if you set it straight or not. You will need to make another check if you have to reset the bone.
Right. Well, there's a couple of points here that I see. One is that there are several effects that we can consider all at once. One is that you can restore the points, but it means her arm will remain crippled if you heal it while it's badly set. That means that we need another first aid roll, and in order to get it properly set so that the healing will heal it right. Now, given that you're not in a stressed out situation right now, that it's not as, you are finally in a situation where you have people around you, you're not doing it by yourself, that you have the ability to take your time. I think that in this case the only way you'll fail is with an automatic failure. So if you have watched my little skills video, you'll follow the logic here. So what is the chance for an automatic failure?
I have a 32 in first aid. I'm just a novice.
That's not what I mean. Yeah, there's a level of automatic failure.
Oh wait.
Oh
damn. Which page was that?
I don't know. It's somewhere in the basic
I know.
resolution section.
the usual, like from 95 up.
Right. Right.
So should we just go for that?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's just do that at the moment. Go ahead and roll. We'll double check it later, but right now, go ahead and roll and tell me what you get.
Okay. I got a 63.
Oh, okay. That's fine. In these circumstances, it means that you are. I'm going to say that at least one person is probably going to have to, do the whole thing with, I'm going to do it now. Bite down on this. And you're like, right here, break it here, and they're like, really, break it, and you're like, break it, that kind of thing. And so,
Jesus.
but once you do that, then you can make your roll for your spirit touch.
Okay, given the fact that this was successful, let's make it a miracle. 3, 7,
Oh, that sounds good.
9.
Excellent. Okay.
That's 9 life points and a wound that's healing and not infected.
Nice.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. So you guys, with a combination of first aid and her spirit touch, are able to do this. This is very ritualistic, and there's the invocation of specific spirits and things like that. This is the second use of shaman spirits, and at this point, the every single person, all 5 of you, and I assume camp has been set up. People have been have kind of set up for what they were going to do. People are probably eating or sipping tea and stuff like that, and everybody's not feeling companionable, but at least like we're not going to die tonight anyway. And this whole business with Veselk's arm has, I think, probably occupied all 3 of your attention fairly intensively. And everybody, all 5 people, fall asleep in their tracks. Thump. Just all of you, just bam, down like lights.
Okay.
And that's when the dreams begin.
Ooh. Okay.
Next time on this channel.
Exactly.
Nice.
Just as a,
Oh my
as a
gosh.
bit of it, so you know, when Ithasha went into the hill to come up in front of the other 2, you did not say that you went below the level of the hill. You went to the hill, into it, and up. I was very careful to listen to you because there's more. Right. So, okay. And now you guys are experiencing what is down there. Okay.
Cool.
Yes.
Told you, I'm really not there.
All right. I really, really am looking forward to this.
I love this.
Me too.
And it is.
Thank you, guys.
Yes,
Just
thank you all.
perfect.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Night.